Well, I suppose it's time for us, well, me, to talk about Monday Night Raw. So, I watched Monday Night Raw last night because it was on last night on December 13th. So, so for the first hour of the show, I was at work, but I went back and watched, like, the clips of what happened. So, I'll start you off with what started the show out. If I can find the clips here. So, Raw kicked off with Bobby Lashley. Now, why was Bobby Lashley kicking off Raw? Well, as you know, for WWE Day 1, they announced that it's going to be Big E defending his title against Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. And so, the past couple weeks, Bobby Lashley has been, like, wanting into the match and feels like he deserves a rematch for the title and this and that. So, Bobby Lashley was demanding a WWE Championship match. So, what they ended up doing was Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens came out and they were telling him he doesn't deserve it and this and that. But what ended up happening was Bobby Lashley got told that if he beats Kevin Owens, that he'll be added to the Fatal 4-Way match. So, that was pretty much the opening of the show. Then, there was a promo with Randy Orton and Riddle. I did not watch this because I don't care about RK Bro. They were on SmackDown last week for literally no reason at all. And also, Riddle was on NXT last week as well. I don't know why. Fucking weird. But they did Riddle versus Otis, because I forgot that they drafted Otis and Gable to fucking Raw, because I mean people forget on Raw. But this is where I started to actually watch the show live. So Bianca Belair versus Doudrop, Austin's favorite.
You forget. Didn't you see that Riddle lost to Otis?
No, because I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. Riddle lost to Otis.
They ain't gonna do shit with Otis any goddamn way. Man had the money in the bank, and he had Mandy Rose as his girlfriend, and they didn't do nothing with him.
Yeah, now fucking Mandy Rose is hanging out with a cracked out bitch known as Priscilla Kelly and fucking a hyena known as fucking JC Jane.
Mm-hmm. So this match between Doudrop and Bianca Belair, apparently they've been having a rivalry for a few weeks. I don't care because I don't watch Raw, but so apparently this is another match in their rivalry, and it's such a what?
Who's the heel?
Doudrop.
What? Wasn't she all about like, come on guys, let's do the Doudrop or what the fuck ever? What happened to that?
Well, in this segment, she played the heel because Bianca Belair went from, being SmackDown Women's Champion to jobbing to Becky Lynch to having a fucking long-ass rivalry with Becky Lynch to being drafted to Raw to facing Becky Lynch again and losing several times to now being stuck in a rivalry with Doudrop, of all people.
Man, her year went from, like, the highest to the fucking lowest.
Yeah, she was the fucking Royal Rumble winner. She fucking main evented WrestleMania night 1. She was champion for a little while. And then now look at her. Fucking drowning on the fucking cesspool that is Raw. So, this match was Like, honestly, nothing special. It's just like Doudrop is really like not great to look at. Like, I really don't want to like pick on her appearance or anything, but she really is ugly now. Like, I don't get why she's gained so much weight, but it's giving me like Nia Jax vibes, and I don't like it.
Yeah, like
she can wrestle though.
When she first was in NXT UK, she wasn't as big as she was now.
Yeah.
Like, she was a lot thinner.
unlike Nia Jax, though, Doudrop can actually wrestle. It's just you just have no reason to care. The only notable things in this match was the only notable thing I can even fucking remember because this match was fucking boring. Was Doudrop went on the top rope to try to do I don't even know what she was trying to do, and then Bianca like attacked her and then hit her with a power bomb, and then got the win off that. And the fucking commentators were like, they're like, oh my god, that was an earthquake like power bomb. It was earth shattering, and I'm like, okay, well, they're making fun of her for being fat. So, but so Bianca's like celebrating her win, and this really weird thing happens. So Doudrop got powerbomb, covered 1, 2, 3. Bianca celebrates. 10 seconds later, she goes up the ramp and is celebrating. All of a sudden, Doudrop comes from the entrance curtain and attacks her from behind, and I'm like, how did Doudrop get back there?
Wait, what?
Did she teleport? Yeah, she was laid out in the ring, and the camera follows Bianca Belair up to the stage, and then Doudrop comes from behind and attacks Bianca Belair.
Oh,
now,
no,
for one, there's no way she could have snuck being as big as she is, so there wasn't no sneaking involved. And two, this I'm sure Monday Night Raw is live, so how the fuck did they do this? How did she get from in the ring up to the stage and behind Bianca without going in front of the camera? Unless she went behind the cameraman. But even then, wouldn't the people there in the crowd, wouldn't they have seen that?
Oh dear God.
Like, what the fuck?
I'm just thinking this is gonna be some fucking Matt Hardy broken teleportation.
I don't know, maybe it's like fucking Shaq when he teleported out of the fucking ambulance. But yeah, so Doudrop starts attacking Bianca on the stage, and I'm just like, this is fucking terrible. Like, women's wrestling on fucking Raw is the worst. And then Doudrop, like, does a promo backstage after that saying that she does what she wants, and they announced that at WWE Day 1 they're doing Bianca Belair versus Doudrop again, because fucking rematches always written is what Raw stands for. So then we get to the Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens match. So before Bobby Lashley comes out, so Kevin Owens comes out first, and then they go to commercial break, and then they come back, and before Bobby Lashley comes out, they're like, oh, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to... They had the announcer say this. He's like, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to the blah, 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 whatever, Olympic gold medalist, whatever athlete, all his... They're like, Gable Stevenson, and then the commentators are like, you see, Olympic gold medalist and this and that, Gable Stevenson, he bought a ticket to Monday Night Raw. He's sitting front row. We can't wait to see Gable Stevenson make his debut on Monday Night Raw. He's this great athlete and has these awards and this and this and this, and he bought a ticket to Monday Night Raw. And I'm just sat there like, why would Gable Stevenson buy a ticket to Monday Night Raw when he's on the roster, when he got drafted to Raw in the draft? So why wouldn't they just have him debut on the show? Why would you go with something to, oh, he just bought a ticket to Monday Night Raw. He bought a ticket to be in the front row because he wants to watch the show. Nobody wants to watch the fucking show. Even the own talent doesn't care about the fucking show. I swear, Austin, if you would have watched this show, every single wrestler on this show from top to bottom looked like they did not give a fuck about their performance. They looked like they did not give a fuck about being there. They look like they are so fucking jaded and they are so fucking done. It's not even funny. Like, this show gave off vibes of we do not fucking care anymore.
Jesus.
So I'm not surprised Gable Stevenson fucking bought a front row ticket. Yeah, I hope you're fucking happy because of what you're fucking getting yourself into, Mr. Stevenson. You have no idea what you've gotten yourself into signing with WWE and being on Raw. You have no idea. They are about to ruin you so much. They're going to do some shit where his whole gimmick is going to be like a Kurt Angle type gimmick where he's like an Olympic gold medalist, and I know it's going to fucking flop. I know it's going to flop. Remember this moment right here for a future podcast when Gable Stevenson starts wrestling. He is going to flop. I can see it flopping so fucking hard. Mark my words. Come back to when he does flop. Come back to this moment. I predicted his downfall because the way they're presenting him already is fucking atrocious. Anyway, so then Bobby Lashley comes out, and Bobby Lashley walks up to Gable Stevenson and fucking fist bumps him for some fucking reason. I don't know why, but okay. So then Bobby Lashley wrestles Kevin Owens, and it's just an match. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. Kevin Owens doesn't give a fuck. His contract's running out. I'm sure he's not fucking staying. And this whole show was to basically put over Bobby Lashley. This whole show was about Bobby Lashley getting that title shot. So Bobby Lashley beats Kevin Owens, right? Mm-hmm. But it's not without a little bit of controversy. So first, Kevin Owens. So what happens is Seth Rollins comes out. Actually, no. So Kevin. What the fuck? Okay, I'm thinking about the second match. This is the first match. So Bobby beats Kevin, and then he gets told that in order to be added into the match, he has to now also beat Seth Rollins because apparently he needs to beat both contenders or whatever. So then, they take a break from that and they show another promo. This has been at least 6 weeks now. They keep showing these for Veer Mahan, Austin. Veer Mahan is, it says here, Veer Mahan is the Lion of the Red Brand. And they keep putting these promos like, oh, Mahan is coming soon. Veer Mahan is a threat. Veer Mahan this. He was with fucking Jinder Mahal. Nobody associated with Jinder Mahal as a fucking threat. Okay? This whole guy's gimmick is based on the fact that he's Indian. And then they're going to call him the Lion. He's going to fail so hard. He's going to fail so hard. Nobody who gives a shit about Veer Mahan. I don't know what I care less about at this point. Veer Mahan or fucking Gable Stevenson. I don't care. I care more about fucking Jinder Mahal and fucking Shanky on SmackDown than I do Veer Mahan. Like, I'm going to talk about SmackDown in a minute because I saw something that's going to make you pissed, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So then they have this segment with Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan, and Becky Lynch comes out to cut this promo. Becky Lynch is so god-awful. So last week they did Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship, and Becky won by a roll-up pin, and everybody's saying it's unfair, and Liv wants a rematch, and Becky's like, oh no, I don't do rematches. Sure did all rematches with Charlotte Flair. If I remember correctly, you guys have fought each other so many fucking times that I'm sick of it. But anyhow, Becky Lynch comes out and starts cutting this promo on Liv Morgan saying I won fairly and she's not getting a rematch and blah 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 and running her mouth, and her character is so awful now. I hate character so much. I hate the man character. Get rid of it. Fuck. It's been here since fucking what, 28? Like, fuck off. Like, it's overdone by this point. Like, it's not cool anymore. It's not funny anymore. It's not entertaining anymore. It's cringe and it's awful to sit through. Like, I would rather see the fucking straight fire Becky Lynch than this man shit anymore. But the thing is, the man character is so popular that she's never gonna be anything other than the man character now. Which fucking sucks because it's so terrible, man. It's so cringe. She calls herself Big Time Bex now. And oh my god, it's so awful. And then Liv Morgan comes out and they're trading words back and forth. And then it gets announced that they're doing Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan at WWE Day 1 for the Raw Women's Championship. So I really hope that Liv Morgan wins the Raw Women's title because I am so sick of seeing Becky Lynch as champion. Keep in mind, she's only had that title for, what, 2-3 months? And everybody is sick of her. Well, but a lot of people are sick of Becky Lynch as champion. And I was telling Austin this earlier. I'm like, at this point, man, like, after Becky drops this title, which I hope she drops it to Liv Morgan, and after Charlotte drops her title to whoever the fuck she's going to drop it to, whether that's Sasha or whoever, like, both of these women, I know they're going to give Charlotte more to fucking get the 16 record or whatever, but I feel like, especially with Becky, at this point, like, these two women don't ever need to win a championship. Their careers are at such a place right that they don't ever need to win a championship ever again. They don't need to hold any more titles, nothing. They need to be far away from championships for years. Charlotte needs to never have a title in her career. Becky needs to fucking not be a champion for a few years because it is way overdone, and the women's division isn't moving anywhere because they won't make new women's champions. Okay, I'll correct myself. They tried because I'm this year when we reviewed WrestleMania, they made Bianca Belair SmackDown Women's Champion and Rhea Ripley Raw Women's Champion. And what happened? They revert back to Becky and Charlotte. Why?
Yep.
I don't fucking know. They've completely ruined Rhea Ripley. We'll get to that. Don't you worry. They also ruined Bianca Belair too. And I don't get why. They were both so good. Both of those women's matches were some of the best matches on those WrestleMania cards.
Yeah.
But then you just treat them like trash, especially Rhea Ripley. And you take they took the title off Rhea so quick. She had it for like a month. And they give it back to Charlotte, and then to Nikki Ash, and then back to Charlotte again. And then fucking they have Bianca job out to fucking Becky. And then so I just don't understand. But so Liv Morgan assaults Becky Lynch, and they get into a brawl. And then Becky puts Liv's arm between the fucking steps and the ring post and kicks it and starts stomping it, and Liv's like selling the arm, and Becky's just going off on her. And yeah, it was just a fucking attack segment. Nothing too special. Liv Morgan looked fine as fuck in what she was wearing, though. I will say that.
She always does.
So up next was, can you guess, Austin?
What?
Up next was Austin's favorite championship, the 24/7 title.
Oh, no.
So, in case you don't know, Austin, Dana Brooke is the 24/7 champion. I don't know how she won it, but, so, this segment it takes place in a random city. This shit looks like New York from Home Alone 2 that they're walking through. Dana Brooke and Reggie are just walking through the city dressed up in their winter clothes, and they're talking, and Dana Brooke has the title with her. So they're just talking about the 24/7 division. And then fucking these two people dressed in like snowman costumes come up to them and try to attack Dana Brooke, but she gets away. And then Tamina Snuka comes out of nowhere and tries to attack Dana Brooke, but she gets away. And then Dana Brooke does like this fucking front flip over a big giant pile of snow and runs away all comically. And then like Reggie does like this fucking gymnastics flip over the fucking snow and chases after her. And then the fucking two guys in the costumes take off their fucking masks, and it's revealed to be Akira Tozawa and R-Truth, and they're upset that they couldn't get the title. And then Tamina gets up in their face and is like, "Oh, you guys ruined it for me, and you guys better stay out of my way," and trying to sound all threatening. Tamina is the least threatening woman I have ever seen in my life.
Nia Jax
I would be
is
more
threatening.
threatened. I would be more threatened by fucking Riho than I would Tamina
no.
Snuka.
No.
I would be more threatened by fucking Eva Marie than I would Tamina. Like,
no.
Like, what the fuck, man? I would be more threatened by, what's her name? Lacey Von Erich?
Oh.
Like,
Not
I would be
her.
more threatened by I would be more threatened by fucking Vicky Guerrero than I would Tamina Snuka. Like, she is, just because she's fucking big doesn't mean she's threatening. Like,
That's Vince's logic.
it's sit there and say, "Oh, stay out of my way," and this and that. Bitch, it took you 11 years to win your first championship, and it was the women's tag team championship.
Her second
Sit your ass
championship.
down.
Her second championship is gonna be the 24/7 championship.
Yeah, what a sad career. What a sad career. You're talking about stay out of my way. Bitch, get out of your
my
own
god,
fucking
you know what's
way.
even sadder?
Hmm.
Dana Brooke's only championship is a 24/7 championship.
Do you remember how I said Raw has like the worst women's division? I wasn't lying. This is god awful.
At least
So
Eva
yeah, that
Marie
was
and
the
Nia
24/7
Jax wasn't
segment.
there.
Yep. So then they do this tag team match. Oh god, there's still so much to go, Austin. They did this tag team match of Finn Balor and Damian Priest versus the Dirty Dogs, and I don't understand why. I don't give a fuck about the Dirty Dogs. I don't care about Finn Balor anymore. They made him the same old vanilla fucking, oh, let me fucking smile all the time, and oh, when I get on the ring apron, don't forget to get my fucking crotch shot on the ring apron, fucking happy go lucky. I'm just fucking happy to be here, fucking Finn Balor. This must be fucking Soma Finn Balor, because he's just so happy and content with what's going on, and they're fucking doing nothing with Finn Balor at all. Like, he is so far gone from what he was doing in NXT last year, and it's really sad. This feels like 2017 Finn Balor or 2018 Finn Balor, like when they were doing
you know what the thing is? You say last year, but really, he was still doing that stuff this year.
Yeah, that is true.
He was still doing that stuff this year.
WWE has changed so much that even that feels so long ago.
I know.
But so also Damian Priest is a heel now, but also the Dirty Dogs are heels, so it doesn't really work. But I didn't pay much attention to this match because at this point, I just wasn't caring anymore. Like, oh my god, this so sucks. In the end, Fowler was the one that took the pin from all. Dirty Dogs win, and the crowd fucking went home because nobody cared. So yeah, tag team match. What does it mean? I don't know. Are we going to see Finn Balor versus Damian for the U.S. title at day one? I'd like to see it. But no, they'll probably do fucking Dolph, my career is more fucking hard to raise up to the next level than fucking Thor's hammer.
No,
Uh,
not Mjolnir.
Dolph Complacency Ziggler, that's what his name is. But now we get to move on to probably the worst part of the show, or one of the worst parts. I said that I wasn't going to talk about women's tag team title stuff, and I wasn't going to watch it, but it was on the show, and I had to watch everything. And unfortunately, I was subjected to the women's tag title segment, which, in case you didn't know, Queen Zelina and Carmella are the women's tag team champions, and the team they beat for those titles was, you remember when I said they ruined Rhea Ripley? Well, after she lost the title to Charlotte, she got stuck in the tag team division with Nikki Ass, who also lost the title to Charlotte, and was the women's Money in the Bank winner. Great job. So, Carmella and Queen Zelina, which, by the way, they're shoving it down your throat that she won the Queen of the Ring. Like, we fucking get it. But, nevertheless. So, this match was, last week they did Carmella versus Nikki Ass, and Nikki Ass lost, and then they showed, like, the segment of her acting all depressed, and then Rhea Ripley was like, this is so far from what Rhea Ripley used to be. Rhea Ripley was like acting all friendly and was like, "Oh, it's okay, Nikki. I'm your friend and I'm here to support you and I have your back and you can tell me anything and this." And I'm like, what the fuck has happened to Rhea Ripley? What has happened to Rhea Ripley? Like, what the fuck? And then after that fucking, so we get Queen Zelina versus Rhea Ripley, and I'm thinking, okay, how is this gonna go? So first, Rhea Ripley comes out with Nikki Ass, and no, Rhea Ripley gets, it's crazy. Rhea Ripley used to get crazy fucking reactions in NXT, and now nobody reacts. And so she's in the ring, and then fucking Carmella comes out and she does this whole intro Queen Zelina, and then Queen Zelina comes out and oh my god, it's so bad. So she has a new theme song now where the beginning has Zelina Vega talking and she says something, it is I, Queen Zelina, or some shit like that. And then she comes out and is doing the whole fucking song and dance and shit. Oh, it was so cringy. And then they walk down to the ring, and then Zelina Vega starts doing this promo, and now because she is queen, because King Booker did it, that means everybody who wins King of the Ring has to talk in a British accent or like proper accent, because Zelina Vega started talking all proper, saying, "It is I, Queen Zelina, here in the kingdom." Like that's how she was talking. It's
Maybe
so
that's
bad.
why for most of the King of the Ring after King Booker, fucking they had like Wade Barrett and William Regal and fucking fucking Sheamus and everybody win the King of the
Mm-hmm.
Ring.
Oh, don't forget, don't King Corbin, Austin.
Well, he didn't make an accent, that's why I didn't.
Oh no, but he had a fucking terrible mashup theme song.
I know. Ruined his old song. The only thing that was good about him.
But Selena Vega, who, if you couldn't tell, is Latina, and in all her promos before, sounds like a Latina. Like she sounds like your typical like, angry Latina chick, and now she's doing like this British accent, and it doesn't fit at all. It's super cringe. and she's going on and on and on about she's gracing them with her presence and then fucking Rhea Ripley and Nikki Cross are just like making faces at it, and it's like how do you expect anybody to get invested in this, man? Is so like I'm meant to believe. I'm meant to believe. I'm gonna get to that in a second because I gotta in order to talk about that, I gotta go over what fucking happened here. So, Queen Zelina, after her cringy ass promo, gets in the ring, and we get Queen Zelina versus Rhea Ripley, and it starts off, and Rhea Ripley throws her the fuck across the ring and is acting all cocky, like, "Ooh, I'm a big, strong, threatening woman, whatever." And then Zelina Vega rolls her up 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley lost in 30 seconds, Austin.
I'm trying not to get mad because I already got mad today. I'm trying to get mad.
So just think about this. Rhea Ripley, the woman who at the beginning of this year was still in NXT and was a very threatening, imposing individual. And the woman who had a fucking all-out brawl with Raquel in their fucking no holds barred match. The woman who was one of the NXT Women's Champions. A woman who used to be I think she was one of the first UK Women's Champions, like NXT UK
She
Women's
was the
Champions.
first.
Um, she was the first.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't remember if it was her or Tony Storm.
Tony Storm was the
Speaking of,
second.
they're man, when I talk about SmackDown, ooh. But anyway, so Rhea Ripley was this threatening woman, right? And she was one of the last two in the Royal Rumble. And she also had a high-profile match. She ended the reign of Asuka at WrestleMania. We really haven't seen Asuka since then. Um, and all this has happened, and then right after Mania, she faces Charlotte 3 fucking times, loses the title to Charlotte. Then, like I said, Nikki Ass won it. Then they had a triple threat at SummerSlam. Charlotte won it back, and then they shoved Rhea Ass into a tag team. Then they won the women's tag team championships, and nobody fucking cared, and because those aren't real championships, and they hold no value. And if you disagree with me, you can fucking lick the fucking shit crust off my asshole. I don't care. They're not legitimate championships, and they never will be. And so then they lose the titles to Zelina and Carmella, and now here we are. You take Rhea Ripley from January 2021, compare her to Rhea Ripley of December 2021. Look at how far she has fallen, and it hasn't even been a year, Austin. I like how you're just fucking spamming me PNGs.
Yeah.
But, like, seriously, like, look how far Rhea Ripley has fallen. Like, she was one of my favorite women in NXT. Like, she felt legit. She felt like she could be one of the next big things for the company. She felt like a legit star. And then fucked it, like they do everything.
Yep.
And I just don't get it, man. And to see Rhea Ripley now being jobbed out in 30 seconds to Queen Zelina, who this fucking cunt fucking
Oh.
literally ever since she came back did that fucking all she did was lose once and then did that fucking mind control shit where she fucking acted like she was mind controlled by Alexa Bliss in the Money in the Bank and then fucking just lost and lost, and all of a sudden randomly was Sasha Banks' lackey for no fucking reason, and that didn't even fucking go anywhere because the match didn't fucking happen any goddamn way because the fucking Bianca Belair shit, like what the fuck? It's all just a bunch of fuckery. That's all it is. That's all it fucking is a bunch of fuckery. And then
Hello? Hello? Oh,
Now my fucking controller died now.
well, on that note, I'm gonna
So
start another clip real quick.
So my fucking controller died, so let's get back to the shit. So as I was saying, you expect me to believe, well, okay. They take Zelina Vega, who has lost the entire time that she's came back, and then all of a sudden you decide to push her out of anybody for the Queen of the Ring, and you have the last two be Zelina Vega and Dewdrop of all people, and then Zelina wins the Queen of the Ring. So now you expect me to believe that because she wins one tournament, now I'm supposed to believe that Zelina is legit and is this big star, and oh, there's going to be big things. She hasn't even got a fucking title match. Neither has King Woods, but they gave her the women's tag title. That's sad. All that to win a women's tag title with Carmella of all women. Yikes. That's bad. So, now you expect me to believe just because she's Queen of the Ring, now I'm supposed to believe that she's... okay, I get it. It was a roll-up pin, but still, I'm expected to believe that Ripley, of all people, should be jobbing out to Queen Zelina. What the fuck? I was so fucking mad when I saw that. I was just like, what in the fuck is this? I don't know what they're doing. I'm assuming they're building up for Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Rhea Ripley and Nikki Ass for day one. I'm assuming. Even then, who gives a shit? Nobody. Fuck, dude. Do you understand? Do you understand that there's gonna be like 5 women's matches on this fucking show? Because we have Dewdrop versus Bianca Belair already booked. We have Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan booked for day one. They must be building up to Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Nikki Ass and Rhea Ripley.
Oh, God.
And on SmackDown, they're going to be built up for fucking, I'm guessing, Toni Storm versus Charlotte Flair. And who knows what the fuck else, whatever bum fuck they got on that show. Like, what the fuck? I don't want to see this much women's wrestling. I'm sorry, wrestling fans, but it's not good, okay? It's not good enough for me to be like, yeah, I want to see that. I don't. I want to see Becky and Liv and Charlotte and Toni. Those are the only 2 women matches that they should be doing. No fucking women's tag title garbage. If you're gonna do that, put it on the pre-show, because nobody's gonna fucking watch it anyway. People are gonna get their goddamn snacks, take a piss, take a shit, fucking jerk off in the stall, rather than fucking watch that goddamn fucking garbage. And there's no reason to put Bianca and Dewdrop. That's gonna be a pre-show match, if not the first match on the fucking card. But anyway, this was terrible all around. Terrible, 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 terrible. I don't care about any of these women anymore. I'm sad to see what they're doing with Rhea Ripley. It's so sad how they fucking completely ruined Rhea Ripley. And yeah, women's wrestling fucking sucks ass. So, on to what happened next. So, up next they did Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins. Now, it's just a no strings attached, but Kevin Owens comes out and gets Bobby Lashley disqualified, so that way Bobby is in the title match day one. So Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins are acting all happy, and Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville come out, and they're like, technically you did win the match, but here's what we're gonna do, and they're like, right now this match is gonna restart, and every other match Bobby Lashley has tonight is gonna be contested under no disqualifications. So then Bobby beats Seth. So then they add a fucking final stipulation that in the main event, in order for Bobby Lashley He's already beaten both challengers, Austin. He's already beaten both challengers to get to this match. What's
Oh
the
god.
retarded step that they do? Oh, well, you beat Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, both men who are contenders, which should technically make you the contender if you beat both the contenders. Oh, no, but in order for you to get a title match, you have to beat Big E as well. So, before that, we have the only good segment on this show. The only good segment on this show. Another promo segment between Edge and The Miz. And I wanted to bring this up earlier when you were talking about MJF. Like I think of dream promo segments, like what two wrestlers I want to see go at each other with promos. I would love to see The Miz and MJF go at each other in a fucking promo. That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
If you don't know what I'm talking about with the Miz promos, look up the Miz best promos compilation. The Miz is so underrated when it comes to promos, and MJF is great. I'd love to see them go at each other. It'd be so entertaining.
Just so you know, you're gonna get 21 PNGs for this thumbnail.
Okay. Well, so this whole segment was just more of Edge and Miz and Edge saying, "Oh, you know how you complained about how I didn't teach you back in 2006, or now at day one I'm gonna teach you a lesson, and there's lessons that you still need to learn, and I'm gonna knock that constipated look off your face, and this and that, and fucking." So then Edge goes to hit the Miz. Well, yeah, he goes to hit the Miz, but the Miz uses Maurice as a meat shield so Edge doesn't like attack. And so then Edge gets attacked by the Miz, and then like Maurice starts acting really like pissed off, and she's saying like Mike, what the hell, and this and that, and Miz is like, what's going on with you? What are you talking about? She's like, why would you use me as a human shield? And the Miz is like, what are you talking about? That's us. We always do. That's how we get around stuff. That's how we roll. And we're the it couple, and this is what we always do. And he was like, why are you acting like this? And then Maurice was like, she was like, just get away from me. Just get away from me. And the Miz is like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And then she slaps the shit out of the Miz. And then she gets out of the ring, and the Miz is just standing there. He's like, what the fuck? Gets out of the ring, and he's like, hey, get back here. And then that was like the whole segment. So I don't know what's really going on, but I'm excited for their match at day one. I'm just like, how many more pros can they do saying, oh, you didn't teach me enough. Oh, I'm sorry for not teaching you enough, but I'll teach you a lesson at day one. Like, how many times can you say the same fucking thing? But,
Yeah.
but, so then there was a backstage promo with AJ and Omos because they're starting to break up AJ and Omos. Finally, they could probably do something with fucking AJ after him being stuck in the tag division this whole year, pretty much. Fucking. So they have a promo with AJ and they're asking him how things are with Omos, and then Omos walks up and AJ's like, "Oh, we're cool, we're working things out, we're sticking together, whatever." But you can tell that something's off, and that they're eventually gonna break up. Then I didn't bother to watch this segment. They're doing this shit with Austin Theory and Mr. McMahon, and Mr. McMahon was saying like, because Austin Theory thinks Mr. McMahon is his friend, and Mr. McMahon was like, he's like, I'm not your friend. I don't have any friends or whatever, and I don't understand what the storyline is, where they're trying to go with it. This all started over fucking Austin Theory stealing Vince McMahon's Cleopatra egg at Survivor Series. So I fuck me if I'm supposed to know where a storyline that's involving a 74-year-old senile man that cannot book a fucking show, if I can't follow that senile man losing his fucking golden fucking Cleopatra's egg that apparently The Rock gave to him 25 years ago, that just for whatever, just for Austin Theory, the man who loves to take fucking selfies with people that are knocked out, for him to steal it only to give it back in order to get a title shot, but then he doesn't get a title shot anyway. To now he's just sitting talking to Mr. McMahon every week, and I just like, how am I supposed to follow this? What am I? How am I supposed to understand the storytelling here? What what am I meant to think here, Austin? What am I meant to think about this? You're an Austin Theory fan. Please do tell.
I mean, um, that, no, no. Yeah, I got nothing.
I figured as much. I don't have anything either. That's why I really didn't pay much attention, because I'm like, okay, this just makes no sense. So why even bother? So then we get to the main event. Finally, Bobby Lashley versus Big E, no disqualifications. So this was a hard-hitting match between both big men. They fought before, so it was nothing new from what they did before, except that there was weapons and there was tables, and then fucking Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens tried to get involved, and it was really dumb because, like, their whole idea was to make it so Bobby Lashley doesn't get added to the match. That way their chances of winning are better. But in the match, they started attacking Big E, and I'm like, how does that help Big E? Like, how does that help you guys? That's, if anything, that's helping Bobby Lashley. So then fucking Bobby Lashley starts fighting Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens and Big E start going at it. Big E hits Kevin Owens with a Uranagi through a table on the outside. Bobby Lashley spears Seth Rollins through a table on the inside. Oh my god. Then Big E's about to win, but then fucking Kevin Owens or Seth, whichever one of the fucking dipshits, fucking attacks Big E. Big E turns around, eats a spear from Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley pins the WWE Champion clean, 1, 2, 3, and Bobby Lashley has now been added to the title match at day one. So now it is Big E versus Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. So you had everybody else in that match take a clean pinfall from Bobby Lashley. You had your WWE Champion take a clean pinfall from Bobby Lashley. Why would you do that? That'd be like that'd be like if Sami Zayn was trying to get into the Roman Reigns and Brock match at day one, and in order to do so, he had to beat Roman Reigns, and say Brock attacked Roman Reigns, and then Sami pins Roman Reigns 1, 2, 3. Like, why would you do that? You have Roman, who has been built up since he won that title. He is undefeated, and he is on a fucking, probably the greatest reign that the Universal title has had since its inception, honestly. And then on the other hand, you have Big E, who is losing. Your world champion should not be losing. Especially not on fucking weekly television. Like, it doesn't make him look good. Now it makes this makes Bobby Lashley look like a fucking monster. But it makes Rollins and Owens look like idiots, and it makes them look like they're not legit contenders, and then it makes Big E look bad, eating a pin on weekly television for this dumb shit. So why would you even do any of this? Why?
Storytelling,
Like,
apparently.
you could have fucking Raw could have just been an hour if you would have just said, ah, fuck it, Bobby's in the match. That would have been better. It would have saved me 2 hours of watching this garbage. It would have saved everybody else 2 hours of watching this garbage. It would have saved fucking Gable Stevenson the fucking $5,000 that he had to pay for the front row fucking ticket, because I know that's how much they fucking cost, because fucking people like Brock Lesnar guy and Green Shirt guy and all those people want to fucking flex about how they sit front row at all these WWE shows. So, fucking, it could have saved them money. It could have fucking saved everybody time, and it would have made everybody look better, because Rollins and Owens wouldn't have looked fucking, they wouldn't have looked like retards, and fucking Big E wouldn't look fucking weak as a champion. But such is Monday Night Raw, the fucking diarrhea explosion of the wrestling business. You can think that AEW is bad all you want, but it does not even come close to how bad Raw is right now. Austin, it is atrocious. I had such a hard time sitting through 3 hours of this fucking garbage. I don't know how there's legitimately people that sit through this show 3 hours every week, and they rate this show 9 out of 10 every single fucking week. I don't know how there's people that do that. I don't understand it, and those kind of people need to have their brain checked. Raw is god awful. I don't ever want to watch Monday Night Raw, and thank God I only did this one episode, because this is abhorrently bad as how fucking bad this is. But yeah, that was your review for Monday Night Raw for fucking December 13th, 2021. Yee hee, yeehaw, go fuck yourself. Vince, go fuck yourself. Nick Khan, go fuck yourself. The entire roster of Monday Night Raw. And let me fuck you, Liv Morgan. And please die, Monday Night Raw. And yeah.